Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to continue our journey through the MCU, and today we're going to be talking about Iron Man 2. This released right after Iron Man, and it didn't do as well with audiences initially when it came out. However, I still think this movie is a lot of fun. I really like I really like the villain. I really liked Hammer, and I've been wanting Hammer to come back ever since this movie, and I'm very excited to see him find again in Armor Wars because he really did a great job. He was so much fun to watch. I don't know why, but I think he was just one of my favorite characters in the movie. He did a great job.
I really like this movie, dude. Like I know what you're talking about. I know that a lot of people are like, "Oh, that movie." Man, you can sit here and talk about Iron Man 2 all you want. It's a masterpiece compared to fucking Iron Man 3. It's a good movie. It's fun ride. It picks off, as Griff said, right after, like right where Iron Man 1 ended. We have a good villain with Justin Hammer. He's just like this dorky, weird guy who's obsessed with being like Tony or better. That's it's clearly not happening for the dude. And we get Black Widow, and we get her in the most. It's the coolest way. It's how you would get Black Widow. She is there kind of like a spy. She's played by Scarlett Johansson, who is one of the most beautiful women on the planet, and she does a great job of playing her.
Yeah, and this movie did a really good job showing the darker side of Tony Stark, a little bit more of the alcoholism, a bit more of the ego, and I think they really did a great job with that. And we also saw Nick Fury for the first time, which was that was pretty big.
Well, second
Well,
time, if you
sorry, well,
didn't
second time
stand
because of the end credit scene of
end
Iron
credit
Man
scene,
1. This is the first time we really saw him. It really started to hint and made you realize this this could be a whole big thing. Everything's going to be interconnected from here on out. And this is when we started getting all of the movie confirmations and started setting everything up. And it was a real fun time just hearing everything get announced. And it's all because of Iron Man. And this movie was no different. This movie still did well, not as well, but they had a great villain. RDJ really sold Tony Stark and and all the problems he was going through. Even with the recasting of Rhodey, it was still fantastic. And Don Cheadle, in my opinion, I think he was a little bit better, given we've had a lot more exposure to the Don Cheadle version than the Terrence Howard. I thought it was just better, and the fighting between Tony Stark and Rhodey was really good, and the whole downward spiral, like I've been saying, it was just a really good character arc. It was just so much fun, and you really believe it.
yeah, I was a little bit sour. I still am a little bit sour grapes that we didn't get to see Terrence Howard continue as Rhodey. I understand why. You can't want to make, and it's out there. You guys, if you don't believe me, you guys can go look for it yourself. You can't expect to make the same amount of money as the star of the movie, if not more. That's just fucking crazy. No one's gonna do that. It's just, it's like, you know, being at your job and telling your boss you want to make more than him. That's You're probably going to end up looking for another job, as Terrence ended up doing. Don Cheadle's phenomenal. I don't have a thing to say about Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's a great actor. I bought into him. I was like, okay, this is our roadie now, and it went. The banter between him and Tony, why Rhodey doesn't get him, why Tony's. It's because Tony won't fucking explain himself. If he would have just sat there and said, "Hey, man, I've got this going on. I'm essentially fucking dying," I'm sure Rhodey would have understood. But no, he's just like, I'll just keep it to myself. All right. Well, then how do you expect people to sympathize with you? We have our first two Avengers already in this movie, Iron Man and Black Widow, which I thought was phenomenal. And every scene that Scarlett's in is phenomenal. I love how she's introduced with Tony. And Tony does what I would have done if I would have seen Scarlett come in and work for me. I would want one too.
Yeah, there were so many just individual good scenes, like the introduction of Black Widow. There is the Black Widow when she does first become Black Widow with the hallway scene, and I think my personal favorite is the Senate hearing with Tony Stark. I think that scene's hilarious. It's funny every single time.
Oh yeah, that is one of the best scenes in the movie. It reintroduces us to who he is and how he is, and just when you think you have the upper hand on him, he will embarrass your ass. And I think that's very Tony Stark like. We get new suit upgrades. This starts us on the whole. Every movie from now on, he's gonna have a new suit, at least one new suit. So I thought that was cool. I like the upgrade to his arc reactor. Gives us more of a comic vibe. I like the Mark 6. So yeah, I like this movie. It's not a 10 out of 10 like Iron Man 1. But this is a solid 8.
Yeah, I think the things it could have done better. I did enjoy Whiplash, but I feel like adding maybe if they added a little bit more depth to his character, or at least maybe set something up for the future, it just kind of seemed thrown in there a little bit. I feel like that could have been a little better. But yeah, otherwise this was a fantastic movie. I don't think it deserves all of the hate it got upon release, and I think a lot of people are realizing that now that it was a good movie. It just came right after Iron Man 1 and a little hard to compete there.
Yeah, I think this movie could have been set, could have waited a couple years. But not too many, but like, not right after.
Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you guys think about Iron Man 2. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay updated with our current video. If you're continuing this journey along with us, next week is going to be the Incredible Hulk.
Take care, guys.